Christian objectively and according to lexicology means a follower of such. So you're a follower of Christ. So if you're a follower of Christ, shouldn't you be doing the things that Christ told you to do? And you believe it, right? So if I just read that Christ was a black man, you're saying that he's God, aren't you not against that very notice to be an antichrist?
I don't know what it's called. I'm not very religious, but like I just believe that. Just Malcolm X voice, like. And I didn't honestly, I would thought that. And I was like, so yeah,
You hear it, yeah. It hits way hard.
Like yeah, like because it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like reading it straight from the Bible, like.
It's very good, and that's something. I don't know if you guys go to Christian churches or Catholicism, whatever you're into. They're not going to teach you the fluidity and the objectivism of the Bible because it's not nice for you to do. Christ said you should be hated of all men for my name's sake, not liked by everybody.
A lot of churches aren't so, but they only read certain verses.
Okay.
Bible dictionary.
What Christian? Yeah.
This is the word Christian, the Bible dictionary. The biblical meaning is adherent of Christ.
So are you adherent to Christ?
I thought they both
So
were,
if Christ told you to do something, you got to do it, right? So which one's your favorite?
We're getting from the book of John when it says.
Oh, okay. So if Christ told you to keep the Mosaic law, are you going to keep the Mosaic law? Or are you going to keep the law of Christ? Okay, so the laws of Christ also encompass the Mosaic law, which you read in the quote Old Testament. Not eating pork, being adult,
It was like me and Target.
being a son. Eat pork, you eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Eat pepperoni, eat ham. Okay, so you got to cut it out, bro. You check the art, brother.
Find that in Leviticus 11.
Right.
Hearken on to those commandments, and then he gives you the meats to which you can and cannot eat.
Right.
You guys are reading the Christian.
This is just the Bible.
It's just King James.
Just King James. Okay, then I want to tackle that. So you believe that Christ is God? So you believe that He is the Most High God?
That's a really hard question to answer.
I mean,
Because this is our
but like, if we're gonna say we believe in Christ and believe in the book, everything that we have for salvation is inside the book. So I ask again, do you believe that Christ is the Most High God? Okay, get Revelation 3. So well, I'm talking about like Most High, like above everything. So would God have a God?
I play sometimes.
Revelation 3, you got that?
3 and what?
I will build a temple and the temple will build in my God. It's like 3 and I will make a temple. You're right here. Yup, right there, yup.
Verse
All
12.
right, listen to this, brother. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
So if Christ said, if you overcome, I will make a pillar of you in the temple of my God, how can he be God if he has a God? That's clutch. You can finish it.
And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God.
So he didn't say, I'm going to write my name on it. He said, I'm going to write the name of my God. Keep going.
And the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven
That's right.
from my God.
That's right. So if New Jerusalem is coming down from the heavens, from his God, Revelation 3. And this is also Jesus when he's out of the body. John is having an out-of-body experience with Christ talking to him. So this is him in his most glorified state. And he's still saying, I have a God. I'm going to write your name. I'm going to instantiate your New Jerusalem, which is just a new kingdom on earth. So like, Christ, with that text, Christ necessarily can't be the Most High God. But if he has an actual God, can't. If you're the Most High God, there's no God above you. What you got?
It's so funny because
Looking for when he says, Lord,
Pretty wild,
the
right?
Lord said to my Lord, sit on my right.
That's Psalms 110.
I thought it was 2. Psalms chapter 1, Psalms 1.
Like 110.
Oh, 110.
That's right.
That's a lot.
And then also when you read the book of John, chapter 17, it says the one true God. He was like, the Father is the one true God. He doesn't say that he's the one true God. So that's also a question I asked. It's like, who does Christ literally call the one true God? He says the Father. Well, I don't believe anything. I'm going straight from the Bible. It's the Father of Christ, which is in the Old Testament, some weak ass Yahweh. Yeah, like they call it Yahweh, but it's actually in Hebrew, it's Yahweh.
Right.
I believe the Bible. Yeah.
So no specifically.
I have the faith
believe
of
in that.
Yahweh Shai.
Okay, well those are like I would say Greekish concepts. Because you gotta understand, man, like during the Greco-Roman period, a lot of like the Greek pantheon was pushed onto people that were like in that area. Right? So you had different temples and different churches that these people abided by, like the Church of Messiah, the Church of Athena, which
Now I'd be like,
went to great to the goddess of Dionysus, all that shit from Athena. You had Atlas, so you had all these different pantheons going on in the Greco-Roman world. So Elysium, in which you talk about heaven, that's a Greekish concept. Heaven is literally, there's three different heavens. There's the heaven in which the fowls fly. There's the heavens in which where the firmament is. If your God believes in man, you believe that there's a firmament. So there's no space. There's no goddamn SpaceX, damn aliens, green gunk, crashing the UFO lift, running out and making green gunk everywhere. You don't believe that it's asteroids can hit Earth because there's a firmament. That's the second heaven. And you got the third heaven, where Paul was called up to, Christ was called up to, which is where the Most High dwells. So there's three different types of heavens. And it also says that heaven comes not by observation. So to see white clouds and white babies flying around with damn arrows flying around, which is what we see, it's not true. It's not true. So y'all got any quick questions? You can answer y'all real quick. Because we'll bring out the truth to you objectively. That's right. Okay, yeah, so like...
Oh, man.
Because that's my culture.
Yeah, that's
Right,
I don't really know much about that.
Right.
If you know more about that, I'd love to know.
You got anything on the Aztecs? I got stuff on the Aztecs.
I mean, I was just going to
I know that they worship the
gods and nations.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The sun god. Was it
Right,
idols?
right. So, yeah, bring it up. I'll talk to you. So,
Oh, yeah, that
as
goes
far as
with
like
it.
Aztecism and like the Mayans and stuff like that, they also had like pantheons of gods, yeah. But it was also foretold in the Bible because we believe that through history, archaeology, and prophecy that those people are the 12 tribes, like they originate from the progenitor of Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, right? So they come from that line. So it was also told that they would leave their customs to like embrace dung hills, that they would leave their culture and their identity. So once they got over here into the Americas, they developed their own spiritual organisms. One of them being the worship of the sun god, also like different sacrificial gods, but they also had a god named Quetzalcoatl, or Okay, go ahead, read that.
I got another one. This is Psalms 96, verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols,
That's right.
but the Lord made the heavens.
That's right. So when they traveled over here and was in the Americas, living amongst themselves, they were in sin. And when you're in sin, God is not going to deal with you. He's going to like punish you and like turn his face from you. So with his face turned and them practicing going into idolatry, that's what like the Son of God is. It's like that's where a lot of that comes from. So a lot of that is like pantheon worship, not actually like
So when we get into the so-called Aztecs and whatnot,
They also,
like the Cubans, Dominicans, all these nations that were already over here, and this got a scripture for that. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land. But they took counsel amongst themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. And for the Most High then showed them signs for them, and held still the flood that they, until they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsaret. So they took them a year and a half to get from over there in the Euphrates, but in the Holy Land, all the way over here.
That's right. Because there was two kingdoms. There was the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. The 10 tribes of the northern kingdom, and they were taken into slavery. And once we started fighting amongst each other, the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, the northern kingdom is like Hispanics, Native American Indians, Seminoles, right? Roughly, colloquially, as we know. They weren't called that back in the day. They were just called the tribe of their fathers. That's how you know, talk about the father, right? So they were in Assyria and left the multitude of the heathen to come over here in the Americas. But still, they wanted to keep their laws. But in Jeremiah 17, it says we will also lose our heritage, our customs, our culture. And in doing so, we also fell into idolatry. So like how you guys fell into idolatry with the sun god, us in Western Africa, from worshiping the tribe of Judah, we fell into the pantheon of the Western Africans at the time, which is like Asherah, which is where you get strip clubs from, the different African pantheons. Why strip clubs are so heavily
Then dwelt they there until the latter times, and now when they shall begin to come.
That's right. So in the latter times, they would still be dwelling there in those places. So that's why the Aztecs and the Mayans were in the Americas, because they left that place and went across the narrow passage, and literally God made still the waters there, so he made it easy to travel to get to the Americas. You know, because at the time, yeah, and then others came, right? Because that's when Indians and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, Spain. And then you also had Canaanites too.
Scripture on that? The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. So when they got here to this side of the world, the indigenous people here, they sought to them with peace. They gave them food. They asked for gold. It was handed to them. They didn't care about those things. They had all things common, which was a similar thing that was going on with the people following the apostles, that they kept all things common.
Right. So yeah, sun god worship is idolatry.
So do you believe if you repent for your sins, God will come back and forgive your sins?
Well, you don't know if you're saved until the end, right? So it says in the Bible, get Acts 3, remission of sins that are past. Because when you come into Christ, are you still supposed to keep sinning? Or should you have a natural proclivity since you came into Christ to stop sinning? You should stop sinning, right? When he told that harlot, who was quote unquote caught in the act of adultery, he told her to go and sin no more. You're to say, continue sinning, right? Okay, so when you come into Christ, you should have the proclivity to not want to literally stop sinning. Stop before coming to the world. You got that remission of sins that are past.
I'm looking for it right now.
I think it's like 20. One second, I'm sorry.
Repent. That was
Yeah, repent. Oh, no, hold on.
Verse 19.
Let's say remission. I got you. My bad. All right, so this is the book.
So your name is Alyssa.
I gotta go put money in that car over here.
Yeah, do it. Okay.
I got it.
You're supposed to.
Or tonight.
Yeah, for tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna wear this green dress. You can't miss me out.
Okay,
What are
good.
you gonna wear?
A red jacket.
That jacket.
One second, I'm so sorry. I be getting so. I gotta see what the scripture.
I thought you referred to when he says be baptized.
Oh, here it is. My bad. It's Romans 3. All right, so this is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 25. This is the New Testament. Who God has set forth to be a propitiation through the faith in his blood, to declare his righteousness for the remission of sins that are past through the forbearance of God. So coming into, like, you would see Paul talk about, like, breaking the law uncircumcises your heart, right? So keeping an uncircumcised heart, you're going to be bringing for what? Destruction. It says the wages of sin are what? Death, right? So if you keep sinning, the wages of those sins are death. So when you come into Christ, you should have the proclivity to not want to sin anymore.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin.
Right. So you shouldn't serve sin, Paul is instructing
So
you.
say I make music, right?
Right.
And I cuss in my song.
Well, the curse words that you call like shit, ass, the F word. I mean, when you read this book, it wasn't written in English. So yeah, those words can like turn off a person in their natural mind, but according to the Bible, the curses are actually saying like you're gonna die tomorrow, or you deserve death. Like that, those are curses. Saying like fuck and shit is not curses. It's filthy language, but it's not technically a sin.
But saying like you're gonna die or like I'm gonna kill
You're
you.
gonna die, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna get hit by a bus tomorrow. Those are sins. I mean, those are curses, because you're literally enunciating, like, you know, you're cursing somebody for bad emotion. So it's not like saying the F word, shit, fuck. Those aren't cuss words. The Christian church doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. The Bible originally wasn't written out.
You're taking your life.
I mean, it took me 3 years to learn all this stuff. So I spent 3 years.
Still learning.
And I'm still, yeah, we're still learning.
What do you? I wanted to do something.
I drive pretty heavy trucks. But
I wanted to do something kind of just like I was with the Christian church, but I'm not super big on it. I don't know what to do, so I kind of studied everything. I feel like I do know a little bit more than you guys.
you got any more questions? Hey, ask any questions, man. We got.
It's okay. It's okay. Cause like I
Okay.
haven't really thought about it.
Well, yeah, and you know, y'all have a blessed day. And like I said, if you ever have any like things you want to talk about, we're right here every Saturday, 11 to 5. So, all right, man. You guys have a nice one.
Not to begin with.
Yeah.
5 spiritual.
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't expect that.
Me neither. But that's why the picture right there, I got that one because it don't matter about the pigment all the time. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you go back. So
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Disrespect the bird.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes you don't know what you're doing. You're talking about the spirit.